My name is Rhapsody and things have changed since last we spoke. The beta patch has been updated, or rather the beta branch has been updated with a patch. Look, I can't get all of the words right all of the time, or apparently any of them any of the time. The most important ones include channeled orbs should now have their values in sync with focus. We've seen this before where we stacked a bit of focus and then we channeled an orb and the newly channeled orb did not have the increased statistics reflecting the focus that we had. Apparently that's fixed now. Fixed for curse and status cards interacting incorrectly when you have orbs. That would be burn and regret and decay in particular immediately come to mind. Being damage at the end of turn effects that would not trigger if you had any orbs in your complement of orbs. And then also there are two new focus cards being included, Consume and Reprieve. The first time I saw the focus mechanic, I immediately went, okay, how do you best get more of this effectively? Allocate was removed from the game, which was the first focus card I played with. Defragment and... is it Defragment, Data Disk, being a relic, and Biased Cognition, I think are currently the only sources of focus in the entire game. And for something that is such a central component to a character, like the orbs, the ability to increase their potency seems like it should be a little more prevalent in their card set, so I'm glad that two new focus cards are being included. There's also another card, Lock On, being included. Creative AI, which is the power that generates other powers at the start of each turn, has been increased to 3, unupgraded by its cost. Upgraded version is 2. I agree with that. Creative AI is by itself just a win condition, so it's fair, I think, for it to cost a fair bit more. Dual Cast has had its cost lowered by 1 on both levels, so it is now 1 by base and 0 upgraded. That is so huge, because now that means that a energy generation build doesn't have to worry about a super heavy card in its deck, but more than that, it's going to allow you to use it as a valuable evoke in your deck, rather than, I drew Dual Cast again. Half of the people that have been talking about Dual Cast in the comments, by the way, have said, oh my god, Dual Cast is amazing, why do you hate it? And then the other half have said, Dual Cast is garbage. So, like, I guess Mega Crit agreed with the latter half. And the Rip and Tear card, which was a uncommon attack card, 1 energy, has been upgraded from 6 on the base level to 7 on the base level and 8 on the upgraded level to 9 on the upgraded level. It is attack 2 targets randomly. So it's going to be 18 damage on its upgraded level. Really glad to see all of that. Now, let's go into a run with the Defect. Excellent. My phone just tried to unlock because apparently I must have said something very close to OK Google. Nope, it's going to do it again. All right. Remove a card from my deck. Gain 700? No, gain 250 gold or what? Well, I mean, there is a shop very early on pretty much every path. I mean, yeah, we're going for the gold. It's just going to give us a lot more decision as to what we really want to do here. Zap, Dual Cast Strike, and then just let you die this turn. Beautiful. Regen Potion, Ball Lightning, Beam Cell, Streamline. So I still really want to get a lightning run, like a lightning Thunder Strike kind of run going on. And Ball Lightning would be a great deal of the way towards that. But I also want to play a build where I actually just have like a really large complement of orbs, because the overwhelming majority of people have been asking me to run the card Capacitor. It is worth noting, of course I said that. It is worth noting that I think sometimes when I went away from a Capacitor build, that is, Capacitor increases your orb slots. I think sometimes when I went away from it, it would be correct to do. There was a particularly incisive comment that said that the increasing of orb slots for your complement of orbs it is a benefit to lightning builds and to frost builds, but it is a detriment for dark builds and plasma builds, because dark builds and plasma builds, oftentimes you want to evoke the orbs, so being able to push them to the front just by generating and channeling more orbs rather than having to use like an axe kick, right? Being able to push them to the front is super powerful, whereas when you actually want to consistently keep their passive effect, so for the frost and the lightning, then you're going to want a larger complement. I would add to that if you're doing an aggressive lightning build, you do want to be evoking your orbs super constantly because you don't want passive effects in an aggressive build. That said, I think aggression can be more difficult to play in this game than defensive. I think it's telling that my first wins with this character are defensive, and I think it's telling that my original playstyle was much more defensive than I typically play right now. So I think I'll get better at assessing the viable aggressive strategies as things go on, but at the moment I believe that it would include lightning orbs, just a lot of lightning orbs, and just evoking them really, really quickly by generating a ridiculous amount of lightning orbs from things like ball lightning here. We do have an elite quite early, and I've also got a card removal possibility on the next base, so I could just take a really high value streamline here. You know what? I'll do it. Oh, right. Runic Capacitor. Start each combat with 3 additional orb slots. All right. We should probably pivot here. If an enemy does not intend to attack, gain 1 focus. Upgraded version is gain 2 focus. Okay. That is... That's weird. I don't know how powerful that's going to be. There's usually an attack coming in about every turn. But I guess it's high cost and it's got like a very restrictive parameter because it doesn't want to be activated too often. I'm actually starting to look at frozen egg capacity here. Yeah, because the power build for this character is legitimately insane. So having the frozen egg, to me, appears like it is going to be bonkers. We'll remove another card from our deck so that we can get back to our streamline more capably. Hell yes. Energy potion. Biased cognition. Gain 4 focus at the start of each turn, lose 1 focus. How quick is our deck? Our deck isn't that quick. See, I'm worried biased cognition is going to be a bad thing for us. I'll take it. I guess I need to pivot into a faster deck, but somehow that faster deck needs to include a capacitor, so I don't really know. This is very much exploratory. I guess I hold on to biased cognition until I've activated Zap like a bunch of times. I guess that's it. Capacitor Zap. I'll pass this turn. Basically, I'm just trying to look to get Zap again. That's really unfortunate, because the enemy is waking up this turn no matter what I do. So I needed to wake them up with some damage. Zap Streamline. So I'm going to treat it as though Biased Cognition is a dead card in my deck until I have like a reasonable complement of orbs. Like probably at this point, I'll activate Biased Cognition. Yeah, definitely. Biased Cognition is definitely excellent. I just need to know more about how to play it. Static Discharge. Whenever you take attack damage, channel 1, upgrade to 2 lightning. Sure. Another capacitor. Immediately upgraded. Now I really want to see defragmentation in particular. Let's upgrade Zap so it costs 0. And then we'll upgrade Dual Cast quite quickly thereafter. Birdface turn. Whenever you play a power, heal 2 HP. That is going to be actually ridiculous for us. Okay. I do need to generate the extra orb. Static capacitor. Hell yeah, just get me that HP. More orbs. Alright, so 13 damage, 26 plus 24 is lethal. Beautiful. Lantern. Gain energy on the first turn of each combat as well as a dex potion. Scrape skims chill. Do I take chill? I think because I have so many orb slots, I may as well just have it there as some defense. So this is pivoted away from being a aggressive or defensive deck into something I just don't understand. I think it is now actually just like a straight power deck. Like it's just power. I really don't know how that's going to come out. Another capacitor. That final capacitor, I think, actually completes... No, it doesn't complete our complement. It gets us to 9. One down. Take 4 damage there, but... Let's chill. Static defend. I heal up so much over the course of a fight with this bird-faced urn that even if this is a bad build, I think it'll succeed. Which actually does make me feel somewhat negative. Hyper Beam. Deal 25 damage to all enemies, lose 3 focus. That is a bad idea for me currently. It's just like a garbage idea. Do I need to upgrade more cards or do I need to like have another look at a shop possibly? I could go for upgrading Dual Cast and then probably Chill as well, actually. Capacitor, Chill, defend. We're gonna get like a mummified hand at some point, and I'm actually gonna go legitimately insane. So I guess creative AI is probably one of the biggest pickups that we could really have at this point. Ancient Turbo Skin Beam Cell, probably a no on those, thank you. And then the Dual Cast upgrade, alright. It's the long fights like this that are going to be a real issue, so I think I don't even use Bias Cognition yet. I think I actually need to wait until I have a full complement of orbs before I can do that. Otherwise, I am just going to die. I'll dual cast double defend because I'm about to take a bit of damage here, which is going to generate a bunch of lightning orbs for me, which is starting to make me feel foolish for not having done the thing before. Used Bias Cognition yet. There's the Bias Cognition. I'm actually really tempted to let the enemy hit me twice here because I've already lost the perfect, so I may as well just generate as many lightning orbs as is humanly possible. Dual cast then zap. Okay. Well, Thunderstrike? No, Echo Form. No, both. No, oh no. It's definitely not Fission, because we have the ability to gain orb slots, and the maximum orb slots are... the maximum number of orb slots is 10, and we currently have 3 by base, as well as the ability to increase by 6, so don't really need Fission. Echo Form would be immediately upgraded as soon as we pick it up. The only thing that the upgrade gets is it removes Ethereal. I think that due to the nature of Bias Cognition, when I have channeled enough lightning for Thunderstrike to be good, then the enemies are probably already dead. because I have bias cognition and static discharge generating most of that lightning, I guess. I'm going to take the Echo Form. I've taken a lot of Echo Form recently. Oh, man, no energy? That's unfortunate. Well, with no energy, I could transform my Strike and all of these defense. The problem is I have no defense in this deck outside of the defense. YOLO. Okay. By the way, there is a commenter, I want to say Francesco? Oh god, I'm probably horribly misremembering and butchering a name, but there was a commenter who would consistently ask whenever I used a transform effect, does it not transform every type of card, so like skill, attack, power, into another card of that same type? No, because I had 1 strike and I had 4 defense, and now I have 4 attacks and 1 skill. Doesn't work like that. Also, I got pretty garbage cards there, unfortunately. Oh, well. Probably not going to want to fight that many elites. We'll see how we go, though. So, genetic algorithm, I can just start trying to pump up. I am going to need to chill. Yep. Well, we're starting to get into what I was worried about. I am going to rebound, streamline, go for the eyes. And I'm basically just going to hope that I get lethal here, which I do. Alright. Between the Blood Vial and the Birdface Urn, I think we might actually end up healing enough to be okay here. Hello World is an interesting power. And the reason Hello World was changed from common, by the way, I was given this information again in a comment. I do read all of the comments. I may not have time to reply to literally every single one, or sometimes any of them because I get overwhelmed. But I do read all of them. The reason Hello World was changed from common is because it could award itself to you. That said, I'm still gonna take it. Definitely not normality. Alright, we'll upgrade a card though. I'm gonna upgrade the genetic algorithm because it is currently the only entirely defensive card in our deck. And I mostly play powers, so I'm also going to prevent this hex from occurring. Using an ancient potion there. I'm very tempted to cold snap here just to get another frost passive. I'm actually also going to use bias cognition here. Because that's going to give me as much defense as I probably can get for quite some time. Okay. Zap. Capacitor, static discharge, and then I'm going to barrage. Now I am going to take 1 damage here exactly, which is going to give me 2 more lightning orbs. Glad to see go for the eyes here. Beautiful. And I even had genetic algorithm there to play at the very end so that I could make sure that I'd played it in that fight. Recycle has got some new card art. Beautiful. Exhaust the card, gain energy equal to its cost. There's also a barrage. Deal 6 damage for each channeled orb. We'll take that. The upgraded version of it especially. Get jaxed? Sure. Because the barrage is now going to be more powerful. This is a multi-hit attack. Necronomicon, the first attack played each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. When you take this relic, become cursed. Now, there is a problem with this. And it's a problem that people have noted with other things. In particular, like if you Echo Form genetic algorithm, it only upgrades itself once. If you... But the problem is, if you double tap Rampage, which is also a doubling effect, then Rampage increases its damage twice. Also, if you Echo Form Claw, it increases twice. I think this is exhausting the initial instance of the card before the second one increases, and as a result, it's like a distinct artifact and can't connect to the first one because the first one's already exhausted. So I don't know what's going on there, but it is worth noting that Necronomicon allowing you to double play Streamline, in my experience so far, does not decrease the cost of Streamline twice. I guess it is because whenever you play this card, reduces cost by 1 for each combat. But it says, like, Necronomicon is the first attack you play each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. So you should get double discount on Streamline, but that has not been my experience with it so far. So now I should upgrade the Streamlines because they are much more potent than they were prior. I think that's actually probably going to be enough to really carry me over the line with a couple of these boss fights if I want to go for them, which I guess I do because I've already gone into one. Sure. Streamline. Now you'll see in my discard pile, Streamline costs 1. I think that's a bug. I have to... Ah, I've got Jax in my hand. I should have used that already. Whoopsie-doodle. That's a lot of lightning. Hey, we did get bias cognition. Beautiful. I could dual cast this, which would actually entirely defend me. Sure. In fact, I'll rebound dual cast. So I get my 20 block here and I deal 32. We'll double play Streamline and then single play Barrage for the kill. Beautiful. Emotion Chip. At the start of your turn, if you took any damage last turn, trigger the passive effect of all of your orbs. It'll be fine. Impulse, use the passive effect of all of your channel orbs. We don't want that because that is going to be like that card would be amazing for us in a very specific circumstance. We need to have already generated a lot of lightning orbs. We need to have bias cognition up. So it's just difficult to reach that. Upgrade the other Streamline. I want to go for another elite. Jutsu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. Very handy on that. Chill is also really good here. I'm probably just going to play my entire complement. So, Zap. Chill. Static Discharge. Will hello the world. We'll even genetically Algor. And now I've taken damage in this turn, so the emotion chip is active. Hell yeah, lightning time. As much as I want to play the Echo Form right now, I don't need to take that much damage because I can just Jax. I really want to Barrage and Streamline. Streamline kills the frontliner, in fact. And Barrage kills the backliner. Yeah, that's worth. Double the Streamline. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. We'll pick up our card first, just in case it's something we want. I think I'm going to take the other Static Discharge, and then the Warpaint only upgrades Jax, because it's the only skill in the deck. Alright. Remove a card from my deck. Sure. Now, there have to be a couple things that, yeah, especially the rebounds I don't want. Yeah, this is going to be really good. Being able to weaken everyone on turn 1 is going to give me a lot more time to set up my powers. Heck yeah, the double Streamline is enough to kill anything here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebound you, then Streamline you twice. and then also drop a zap. So I've got the least incoming damage this turn, and I've set up for Bear to die this turn. Of course, that doesn't double play. Yeah, I needed to think a little bit more about that. Of course, the cost-lowered version of the Streamline isn't going to double play. That makes sense. Alright, I just play as many powers as I possibly can here. Because each of those is going to heal me, and then the enemy dies. Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Capacitor, Streamline, White Noise. I think I actually take White Noise here. So I've got enough of the other ones. And here I really, really want the Bag of Preparation. Because my opening hand already has 1 extra energy, so giving it also 2 extra cards is going to get me a lot closer to what I want. 1 of 20 cards or 22 HP. I'm actually a little torn on this one. Who's our final boss on this floor? Our final boss on this floor is the Automaton. The Automaton, is that going to be a problem for me? Probably not. Literally, as long as I play Echo Form, most things aren't a problem for me. But there are going to be so many powers to choose from in this reading. I'm going to do it. Defrag is there, so that is probably our decision. There's Defrag and Buffer that both immediately jump out at me. Okay, I'm going to take Buffer. Because think about it, in the long fight, Defrag is going to, like, pale in comparison to the biased cognition loss every single turn. Well, that's just a gnarly amount of things to get active in the first turn right there. Double play capacitor upgrade. It looks like pretty much no matter what I do, I can't perfectly defend myself here, though. So this is 18 damage twice? I think I might do that. Actually, no, I'll just double play the genetic algorithm. Now, you'll look. It increases the permanently increases the card's block by 3. So it should go gain 9, gain 12, and then in my exhaust pile, there should be one that says gain 15. I gained 9 twice, and there's one in my discard pile that still says gain 9. So I have a feeling that one might be bugged. Call it a hunch. 14 damage coming out of this Bronze Automaton. If I weaken the back line, you do 6, 20 total. That is the amount of block that I have. I can actually go for the eyes here, and then I'm fine. I definitely need to capacitor, and I definitely need to barrage. Okay. I'm actually kind of fine with you taking bias cognition, because I don't want to draw it for a while yet, at least. That is probably a bad idea. I did not expect to double that Jax. I'm going to buff a static discharge here. So I'm going to take, quote-unquote, HP damage twice, but I'm not going to be damaged. So that's just a way to get a lot of those lightning orbs out. Those good lightning boys. Sweeping Beam will kill the front line. I didn't want to play it twice. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that I have Echo Form. I'm sorry about that. That's just because I'm dumb. Alright, let's turbo because I do want to get the static discharge out there. You know what? I'm going to wait until I have Echo Form available before I use the bias there. Just a lot of lightning damage, my man. Just a lot of lightning damage right there. Alright. I'm gonna go for the eyes twice. He's not attacking Ryan, you idiot! I'm a real dummy. Alright, let's actually rebound the barrage, because that does a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, it might be a criminal amount of damage. I have not checked the laws. Okay. Prime, whenever you channel an orb, draw a card. It's power. And we channel a lot of orbs. We're gonna need the cursed key. We need the extra energy. We didn't get any last floor. And I know I just passed up fusion and then I said we need extra energy. I need extra energy, but I need extra energy that is available without having to set it up. This is a much more aggressive deck than could helpfully utilize fusion. Buffer is probably my only chance to not take damage this turn, so I guess we're doing that. I'm not in double playing territory yet, of course. Murder. Barrage Beam Cell Hologram. If the barrage was upgraded, I think I would take it. But it's not. Okay. Ooh, double capacitor as well. Prime capacitor. Draw a ridiculous amount of cards. Capacitor zap. Barrage. Now, this barrage is dealing 9 by 5. 9 by 5 is 45? So it's possible to deal damage? As in to kill? It would have to be a lucky dual cast? Just gonna defend myself. Took 4 damage, but at the very least, that means, yeah, it's time to use all of my abilities. All right. Double streamline that front line. Do I want to be a biased cognitive man? All right, sure. And then I'm going to play the rebound last because I actually don't want to put anything back on top of this deck. I mean, I can just double play the streamline, but first, I should play as many powers as is humanly possible. Because that's just a bunch of healing for me. Stack genetic and no. None of that, thank you. Don the red mask with 222 gold. Beautiful. The shops are actually going to be important for us now. I actually don't want either of these at all. I'll take the madness. Because it can have fringe benefits for me, but still, ugh. Alright. Let's capacitor before we chill. I'm wondering what, yeah, I think it's buffer. I think it's buffer here. About to say I'm wondering which of these I play, but I think it's the buffer. Streamline or Echo Form? I think we're gonna go with Echo Form because it's the best way for me to gain defense, despite like for a deck that doesn't have defense. Okay. Static discharge, static discharge, static discharge. Capacitor prime. Alright. So it's our first hit. And then the second one. Isn't even going to strike me, right? Yeah. And is way too full. Well, let's double the bias cognition. It just seems to me like a good idea. We'll play the white noise and gain a little more capacitance. And I think at this point we should probably just let everything die. Yeah, kind of like that. I have been severely, in my opinion. Blast time? No, but we don't even have anything to do with the energy, right? If we got all that energy, there's nothing we could do with it. So why get it? I think I've been severely underestimating bias cognition. We do still need to finish our fights pretty fast, but not that fast. I am a little worried about this fight, though. I took no damage that turn. Why did I trigger the motion chip? Weird. Well, we've got a barrage here. We're well defended, so you know what? I'm actually going to Echo Form. I think it's time. We just need to get that played. Oh, there's a capacitor. That's unfortunate. Now that we have Echo Form down, double play White Noise, gaining Storm, and then Heat Sinks, Capacitor, Static. Yeah, you can see where this one's going. Do I Capacitor then Barrage? Barrage would be... Actually, yeah, I do that. And now Barrage is 6x9. Perfect. It's 54. So I can kill the back line. And then do I take damage? I haven't played Buffer yet, so I would. Okay, so I can turbo. Okay. We turbo streamline the back line. We barrage, and then, you know what? We'll use an energy potion, barrage again, just finish. No, the lightning orb complement. I've got to remember that. It's, look, I'm getting better with this character. I think we can agree that. It's gonna take a while for me to be beyond the realm of even easy to avoid misplays. I gotta gather all the experience. Man. Gremlin Horn is super useful. And Madness is not. Okay. I'm gonna upgrade this Madness because I don't know what it's gonna buff, but why did I do that? Pandib, every 10th attack you play deals double damage. I mean, that's gonna be occasionally quite useful, but I didn't need that decay in my deck. Alright. We should play everything first and then streamline at the very end, so let's start drawing some cards. And double up that streamline for 62 damage. It's a reasonable hit. I mean, I have to play Echo Form this turn. I don't really have a choice on that one. It's kind of the reason to be for this deck. I can play Streamline. We'll play it 3 times. I mean, I'm gonna take damage this turn, so you know what? Playing Static Capacitor 2 times is probably a really good idea. Alright, I'm gonna double play Jax here. Madness, and then White Noise, Bias Cognition. I'm just gonna play as many things as I can before I barrage twice for a ridiculous amount of damage. Algorithm, zap. I mean, rebound should happen on one of these barrages, right? Cool. So we'll do a normal barrage there. Then we'll rebound this barrage. Probably went a little over the top there. Speaking of going over the top, this is a singing bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may instead gain 2 max HP and not gain the card. I'm so happy to see you. Find someone who looks at you the way Rhapsody looks at the singing orb. Five left, okay. Enemy's not weakened, so what's that mean for me? Again, it looks like I've managed to forget what is it? I've managed to forget that I have Echo Form active. It's just really passing my mind over. Sure. Still a reasonable amount of damage. It's not the world-breaking amount of damage it used to be, but it's reasonable. And now, way too much damage. Sure that I played Genetic Algorithm there and then let the enemy die. Upgraded Barrage, sure. Vajra is just outside of my ability to purchase. Alright, let's remove the Rebound. I think that might be the last unupgraded card that I have a DK in the deck, don't I? Obviously, I should have removed that. That's my bad. And then Streamline. You want a dual cast here? No, probably. Probably not. I'm going to take a wee bit of damage, but that's okay. 18. So I'm definitely not going to be able to play Echo Form in this fight. Actually, yeah, I do. Because I just turboed to do it. Prime should have been played way earlier in that turn, by the way. Really garbaged that one up. So Echo Form is in play. Does any of these, like, obviously lead to lethal? Not really. Now I can streamline the front line. Ooh. That seems like it's gonna do it. Hell yeah. Anchor started each combat with 10 blocks. So between the Anchor and the Red Mask, we are just well defended. Pretty much every fight. Okay. Jax means that the Emotion Chip is now active, so I'm going to be triggering the passive ability of all my orbs next turn. It wasn't important for me to play Static Discharge first, because Static Discharge only counts attack damage, not damage. Attack damage. I thought I was wrong there for a second as well, don't worry. I wouldn't have been surprised either. I'm extremely vulnerable to being extremely wrong extremely often. And that's right, you do need to use 3 extremes to describe it. Good lord, what is happening on this board? Well, that is a problem with which I am going to have to deal. Alright, well. I really don't have that many options here. It's got to be Streamline one of them, Barrage one of them, bias cognition, basically. At the very least, the card draw, the Gremlin Horn is really, really helping here. Which is what I thought it would do. It's why I took it. I can actually use Madness to lower the cost of the Echo Form just by playing these in the correct order. So that's handy. Took 1 damage there. Oh, the humanity. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Undo, set your HP to what it was last turn. Now, apparently this, that is to say undo, does not, I read, restore perfects in boss fights. Which, I mean, if it is quote-unquote undo, probably should do. Reprogram, look at the top 4 cards of your draw pile. You may discard any of them. For this deck? I mean, I guess when we have Prime out there, we are just creating way too many cards. No, I'll pass it up. I'll take my max HP. Smith again. Upgrade that Go for the Eyes rather than rest for 1 HP. When has 1 HP ever made the difference? He says, full well knowing that it has made the difference many, many times. Do I play the genetic algorithm this turn so that I can keep my perfect? And do I play Madness just to get it out of my deck? I think it's yes and yes. White Noise Defragment, sure. It's got to be just Prime, Capacitor, and Static Leap, because I can't... Because I really can't be expected to well defend myself this turn, and I've got to get my Static Charge. Alright, so not going to be a perfect boss for us. Far from. But there's my Echo Form. Drink the Energy Potion. Play the Echo Form. Buffer is perfect right now. But it does mean I can pretty much only follow that up with a Barrage. Because I do want to double play the Bias Cognition. Speaking of, there it is, double played. Now, let's statically discharge here. Rebound and go for the eyes as well. Oh, because we're about to draw a ridiculous amount of cards. Also, the enemy is doing a ridiculous amount of damage to themselves by generating all of these lightning orbs. Okay, Channel Lightning is a lot better than I was giving it credit for. That's my bad, Karen. I was wrong. It's way better than I was giving it credit for. Like, it's not going to be great in a run where you're actually trying to go for a bunch of perfects, but when you're going for a solid win and you can just go, okay, well, I'm not going to perfect this fight, so now let's just let Static Discharge do a lot of damage for me. In those fights, it's excellent. That is our so-and-so win with the Defect. I'm starting to feel there's only a couple more things I want to play with the Defect before I'm going to start doing the Ascensions for them. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.